So I've got Stuart Peach with me today. Hi, Stuart.
Good day.
And Stuart is a health coach, PT,
Yes.
life coach.
Yes.
You do it all, don't you?
I'm a master of many things.
Okay, so would you like to introduce yourself?
I certainly can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, my name is Stuart. We'll give you the sort of tasty back shot.
Yes.
I believe I'm 47 years old.
Okay.
I think. Not
47 years young.
Sure. Yeah. And I have been in the health and fitness industry since 1999.
Yep.
So I was very interested to be a PT. When I was at school, I wanted to be a PT.
Yeah.
Which was exciting, but obviously quite novel back then. So the school's response was fantastic, police or the army.
Oh.
Now, I was not keen on either of those because I'm a little bit of a why child.
Yeah.
You know, why would I do something? So the idea of being told exactly what to do in a military sense or a police sense, a force sense, didn't really align with my values. And then the school work experience was a couple of weeks in a sports shop, retail. Didn't really enjoy that either. So I finished school with this idea that I didn't know what I wanted to do for a living. And so I kind of thought, okay, I don't really know what I'm doing here at school. I think I just need to leave and start working. So I left, started to work, and just got employed, just did jobs. My dad sorted me out with a few roles, and he worked in the lighting industry, TV, theatre. So I did a plethora of roles in that industry for a few years. And I was driving out of London after a standard day of working hard and not enough reward in any way sense of the word. And a glamorous advert came on the radio, and it said, be a PT, change your life, change other people's. And I thought, oh yeah, I need to give that a go.
Yeah.
And if it fails, fine, I gave it a go, and I'm just going to be back here in this warehouse doing this. And that's fine, because at least I would have tried. So I got home and said to my folks, look, is there any chance we can kind of make this happen? And I think they were just happy that all of a sudden I'd found direction, or refound direction would probably be more accurate. So I went and did Premiere training, their 12-week sports therapy and personal training course. So it had modules of massage as well.
So just 12-week course?
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
Right. So actually, especially even compared to now, that's stunning.
Oh,
that's
really?
a huge amount of time.
3 months training.
Yep. Yeah, it was full.
Yeah.
5 days a week, 9 to 5.
I suppose it's the kind of, if it's once a week, it'd be different. But if it's
so it was pretty intense. And actually, we had on our course, we had a couple of guys who had done sports science degrees, and after a couple of weeks, they were like, "We're learning so much more here than we did in our sports science degree."
So in 3 years doing a degree.
So from a contact time perspective, it's probably close to it.
Right.
But these days, I think the courses are nowhere near that length. They're a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that sort of got the door open, and had modules on hands-on work, which I was not interested in one bit, touching people.
Okay.
No.
So the massage side.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, not into that.
Not into that at all.
Yeah.
It turns out I'm really quite good at getting people out of pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are good.
Yeah.
These work really well. So it's a strong component of what I do now when I'm in person with people.
Yeah. So you're okay with all that. So as you're kind of doing it and you're learning about yourself and what you enjoy doing, what you're good at doing.
Yes.
Yeah, you're quite happy and comfortable to do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So these days, I work with people to help them look, move, and feel better.
Yeah.
And sometimes that means going hands-on and actually
adjusting them, manipulating.
Yes, a lot of soft tissue work, some mobilizations. I don't do a lot of manipulation. I use mobilization techniques more than any kind of manipulation techniques. So I like to get the body to come with me gently, as opposed to force it into a position.
Yeah.
Sometimes the body does need forcing, and that's when I have to recognize that is when then I refer out.
Yeah. Yeah. So you refer to other
Yeah.
specialists if it's something beyond your capabilities or expertise. Yeah. So do you work with people one-to-one, or do you do small group PT?
So my PT is one to few. So yeah, 2 clients, maybe 3 at the most, just because of giving them enough attention to detail. I used to run a Swiss ball class many moons ago, and I maxed out at 6 people, because just keeping an eye on that many bodies in the room, I'm a devil for detail, so 6 was my absolute limit.
Yeah, so I mean, I've done classes, not the same as just sort of doing weights and things, but when you've got 20 plus in a class, the instructor's not watching what you're doing.
Bit tricky.
They can't see everybody, can they? And they can't come over and correct you. So you know, you're trying to minimize the risk of injury.
Yeah, absolutely, because you know, you're always running the class at the standard of the lowest individual.
Yeah. Okay.
So you've got to really keep an eye on. For me, you've got to keep an eye on form and technique.
So are they all at different levels?
Yeah. And that's always the tricky thing with doing sort of group PT stuff. Is people are always they're bringing something unique to the table. They have a lot of similarities, so there are a lot of things that you can have them doing exactly the same, but at the same time, they always have little nuances that you have to tweak.
Yeah, and that's absolutely fine, because everybody's different. Or you might have an injury.
Precisely.
You can't do certain lunges or whatever it might be, knees or hips or those sorts of things. And are you based in Maidenhead? So is your gym in Maidenhead?
Yeah, so I work from a gym down Drift Road in Hollyport. So it's called the Lock-Up Gym.
Yeah.
And that was set up by a chap called Jake Hyde, and he set it up really as a space where PTs can take clients into. So it's not a gym as in a gym membership.
Yeah.
They do run some high rocks classes from there, but it's a perfect space for PTs to take clients into.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
So you do all the PT, but you're also kind of moving into coaching, aren't you? Life coaching.
Yeah.
Is this a new thing?
No, okay. It's not a new thing. And again, we'll try and keep the story quite short.
Okay.
I'm guessing 20 years ago, we were working from the old Magnet Leisure Centre.
Yeah.
And a chap from America was coming in to do some Swiss ball training, you know, because they were all the rave.
I don't know what Swiss ball training is.
A Swiss ball, so
the weighted ball.
No, a Swiss ball is an inflatable gym ball.
Okay.
So they're usually in the corner covered with dust.
Is these like sort of a big yoga ball?
Yeah. These are more high performance, so they're not soft and squidgy. They're quite firm. And so this was at the time when core conditioning was all the rave. And so this chap from San Diego was coming over to do a workshop at the leisure centre, and the centre manager said, "Chaps, do you want to come join in?" Sure, why not? So it was a weekend workshop on how to use the Swiss ball. And the weekend workshop blew away all my ideas of previous knowledge in terms of how to train someone, just over a Swiss ball. So you kind of go, oh, hang on a second, what's going on here? And it blew it away on 2 levels. It blew it away from of course that's how the body works, but also from a scientific perspective as well. So there was an awful lot of science behind it and research and data.
Okay.
So it ticked both of those boxes.
Yeah.
And during that weekend, Paul Check, who was running the course, he sort of pointed out a chap in the audience who was there, obviously one of his instructors. He said, if anyone's got any physical back pain problems, go see this guy, Matthew Walden, who's down in Guildford Way. And at the time, my wife was struggling with some SIJ issues. We'd seen osteopaths who'd been able to help, but only to a point. And the osteopath had sort of said, look, I'm helping, but I'm only helping to a point. I don't know what else I can do. And at that point, Matt got pointed out. And so afterwards, I went and spoke with him. And I sort of said, look, can you help? And he said, sure, let's take a look at her. So we went down to his studio and spent somewhere in the region of 6 hours being assessed. So she got assessed thoroughly for about 6 hours. But not only a physical assessment, but there was also lifestyle factors, physiological stress, mental, emotional stress. Let's look at you from a detailed perspective and a holistic perspective. Let's take a broad view as well as that detailed view.
So it's not just the physical, but it's everything going on.
Yeah. So the idea there is that you're a spiritual, emotional being having a physical experience. And let's look into both of those worlds to see which one is being a big driver. And it worked really well for her. You know, we addressed some lifestyle factors, and then we also approached it from a movement strengthening perspective. And it was that moment where I thought, okay, this is interesting. I need to dive more into this. So actually, from that point, it's always been a big component of my thought processes. The tricky thing really is a lot of the time when someone goes to a PT, and they typically want fairly standard goals, fairly modest goals.
Yeah.
They want to look a bit better. They want to lose a bit of weight.
Yeah, it's normally the about the look, isn't it?
Right.
And
what most PTs try and do, because it's just the way the sort of industry has grown, is they try and deliver the exercise component and lifestyle factors all within an hour session or a 45-minute session. That's impossible.
Yeah.
And it really dilutes then the message that you're trying to get across. So in an ideal world for me, and this is what I do now, it's much more about, okay, the PT is the PT, the exercise is the exercise. The coaching side of things, well, this is where the real work is actually done, because most people know what they need to do anyway. But they need to get into the mindset of, oh, okay, I'm now going to show up and do those things.
Yeah.
Right?
Really important.
Yeah.
It's easy just to kind of snooze the alarm.
Right.
And not show up.
Yes.
Or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really the PT and the exercise is, from my perspective, it's less important.
Yeah.
People think that's where all the gold is. The gold is
but
actually much more in our in our mental state, how we show up.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, there are some nuances to kind of lifestyle factors. What I use and call the foundation principles. So obviously, diet is a component of that. Hydration is a component of that. Sleep and recovery is a component of that. Movement is a component of that. So within the coaching, I typically look at, okay, do we need to do any coaching today on nutrition? Do we need to do any coaching on the training? Are there any exercises you're struggling with, blocked with? Or is it more mindset, mental, emotional, spiritual work?
So this is life coaching. So can it be applied to anything? So within, like, if you've got a business or life in general and mind, as you say, mindset?
Yeah, so I'm working with the individual.
Yeah.
How they then use that as to carry forward into their world.
Yeah.
So of course it can have massive application across whatever they do, because it's about serving self before serving others.
Yeah.
So
and we forget that, don't we?
Yeah.
We put other people first, or we feel guilty. You hear about the self-care.
Yep.
Or, as you say, putting yourself first, but you know, especially like parents or whatever, you put everybody else first.
Right.
You know, and we forget. We burn ourselves out, don't we?
We really do. And it's hard to actually put yourself first. You know, your child is wanting to go out to a party or whatever, you know, with their friends, and you're kind of thinking, well, I'll do that. But actually, it means that I'm going to be up really late tonight because I've actually got to be up at 5 tomorrow, and that's going to kill me.
Yeah.
I have to turn to my child and go, I can't do it.
Yeah. So it's saying no.
You're saying no.
So is this a bit like people pleasing?
There is a component. Yeah. Some people are heavy people pleasers.
Yeah.
And also they're often just self-imposed ideologies.
Yeah.
I must work hard. I must work through my lunch break. I mustn't take breaks. I haven't got the time to give myself 10 minutes to go outside and just breathe. And
it's the kind of working harder, but you're working smarter and not harder.
Right.
And some of this could be stemmed from childhood, school days.
Yep.
What our parents say to us: work hard, you're lazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I can relate to some of this. You know, do this, do that. You know, if you're sitting around, you're being lazy.
Yeah, you're being lazy.
Actually, no, I'm just resting, or I'm just recovering, or I'm just reflecting.
Right.
So these things are really important, but it's doing it mindfully.
Yes. Yeah. And also, it's impossible to do nothing, right? Because you're always kind of doing something.
I mean, I'm very hyperactive. I might not be physically,
yeah,
but mentally, I'm on the go all the time.
Right.
People see what I do. They might see me through social media, and I'll see them in person. They'll say, "You're busy."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am.
Is that busy, or is that busyness? Because we can get locked into the idea of busyness.
Yeah, could be.
And we have so many.
I'm being productive, but
yeah,
sometimes you do need to step back and go, hang on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
What am I getting out of this?
Right.
Am I doing it for the right reason?
Yes. Yeah. And also what we give ourselves in terms of downtime and rest time, a lot of the time isn't technically downtime, because it just I'm just going to spend 10 minutes on my phone. Okay, you're not relaxing. I'm just going to sit and watch a movie. Cool, you're not relaxing. So starting to appreciate actually true relaxation is you doing nothing, and you hit a lot of blockages on that because it's just not normal.
So is this a little bit like meditation, or different? Or is this a buzzword?
Meditation.
Yeah.
Is meditation a buzzword? I think meditation is a preloaded word.
Yeah.
So we come to that idea with this whole set of, I can't meditate.
Yeah.
What are you aiming for? I'm aiming for like Zen, like calm water. Yeah, no, that's really unlikely to happen. You once in a while you might get that, but just to sit and watch the trees and the birds, that's downtime.
Yeah.
Just to sit and manage your breathing, that's downtime. Perhaps you're someone who likes to color in and just sit and doodle. I love to doodle. I'm not good as an artist, but I love to doodle. So I'll doodle and then I'll color it in.
It's that sort of relaxation.
Yeah.
And it could be whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you.
I mean, I've seen this whole kind of thing of going for a bubble bath is not self-care, but actually it could be.
Yeah.
Couldn't it?
Yeah.
If that works for you. Or going for a walk.
There was a writer, Joseph Campbell, and one of the ways he used to relax was underlining prose. He'd find poetry books and as he's reading it, he'd underline it, and he found that process was his meditation.
Yeah.
His mind just kind of disappeared into the text.
So I had a conversation recently with somebody who does sort of self-care and hypnotherapy and that kind of thing. We had a conversation about self-care and downtime and all of that kind of thing. Going back to your background of being a PT, I can get up quite early in the morning and do quite an intense workout, and that to me is self-care.
Sure.
I enjoy doing all of that kind of thing.
Yep.
So does it have to be a relaxing activity? Can it be something quite intense?
Again,
we're talking about two different things.
Yeah, it's important to recognize that we have two states. You have a catabolic state and you have an anabolic state. Your anabolic state is where we get all the repair processes. Now, that can only really happen in a level of calm and silence, rest and digest.
Yeah.
Catabolism is kind of always happening. Exercise is catabolic, it's tissue damaging, it's taking energy out of the system. When you're awake, you're effectively in a catabolic state. And certainly from sun up until sundown, you're predominantly in a catabolic state. So you're spending money out of your bank account, right? You're not saving. So you always have to at least appreciate and acknowledge the anabolic processes and drive into that. It's why people use anabolic steroids, is because it forces bigger recovery.
Right.
The catabolic level still happens at the same, but it forces more recovery, so then people can train harder. So I don't advise that, obviously, but the more time that we can spend driving into our anabolic state, some rest, some digest, some slow down, then that's really powerful. And sometimes you can do that with exercise as well.
Yoga or...
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of exercise modalities where it doesn't have to kill you. And you can apply those kind of principles to conventional exercise as well. So it doesn't always have to drain you out.
Yeah.
So you can do your exercise program at a much lower intensity depending on where you're at. so your readiness to train. So
so it's getting that balance, isn't it?
It's always about getting the balance so that you can maintain that level of consistency, so that you keep showing up. I didn't really feel like it today, but I showed up and I did a bit, and I still don't feel like it, so I'm cutting it early and I'm going to sleep and rest and recover.
So again, it's listening to your own signals, isn't it?
Yes.
Doing what works for you.
Right.
Don't feel pressured to do something because you feel that you have to. Yeah. So in terms of your coaching, how do you work with your clients, and do you have a specific client base? You know, do you work with anybody?
Yeah, so my clients typically are sort of 45-plus-year-olds. Typically they'll have some level of orthopedic issue that they need to work around and move away from as best as possible. But then also, obviously the closer in terms of contact time you have with me, it's more expensive. So for those that can't afford that, then that's when we shift more into some small group stuff, or even shifting into like hybrid model work as well. Because again, from an exercise perspective, a lot of people it's very easy to follow instruction. Here's the exercise program that you need to do. I may need to just do a pre-assessment just to make sure I clear you for the exercises. And then with the coaching, we can do that obviously from a hybrid perspective. So you can do that online. And you can either do that in small groups, or you can do that on an individual basis.
Okay, so you can coach in a small group.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Again, people have a lot more in common than they like to think.
Yeah. Is that quite nice to do it in a group?
Right.
You kind of talk. It's like you kind of you trust each other, don't you? You connect with one another.
Yes, yeah, and typically someone will ask the question that you're too scared to ask. So that's always nice as well. I'm glad they asked that.
I don't want to ask. I don't want to put my hand up to that one.
Yeah.
But then doing it as a one-to-one, it's more tailored for that individual then.
Yes, and you know, I totally get it, because some people, we need that level of contact and that level of accountability and hand-holding. You know, there's, again, PTs often got tarnished with the brush of being a renter friend.
Oh, right. Did they?
Yeah. You're
help me.
you're prostituting yourself for money. You're a renter friend. Okay. And you kind of go, yeah, okay, I see that. Actually, there's nothing wrong with that either. Right. You know, because if you've got an appointment to meet with someone down the gym and that's the way you show up, because if that person wasn't there and you weren't letting them down, you'd find something else to do. Okay, cool.
But then as a PT, as a coach, can be draining on you. Do you need your own coach?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Definitely need my own coach. Is it draining on me? No, because I'm very, very good at saying no.
Yeah. So you're practicing what you preach.
I try and be what I teach to my clients. Yeah.
So you're doing what you're telling others to do. You're filling your own cup and
exactly.
You're not running on empty.
Yeah. So for me, my I, we, all sort of relationships, I come first.
Yeah.
And then I can give to the we and the all.
Yeah. So in terms of the group coaching, life coaching, is that, they set times? I mean, how long would you coach somebody? Is it like once a week for an X amount of time?
Yeah, so online calls typically run for about an hour-ish, give or take. I'm not overly strict on it. Sometimes they're quick, sometimes they're long.
Yeah, it depends on the group. So
it depends on the group. Yeah,
work with them.
Absolutely. It's kind of what we call an evergreen model. So it's running. In the world of health and fitness, you see a lot of transformations. You know, in 8 weeks I did this, in 12 weeks I did that. That's cool, and you can definitely do that. In my experience, my personal experience, that doesn't create long-lasting change.
Change.
Because it's what happens is you have the professional who tells the individual exactly what they're going to do. I want you to train like this. I want you to eat like this. Okay. That's fine until the individual becomes an adult and goes, I don't like your rules.
Yeah.
I'm fed up of the restriction. So for me, my big aim is future proofing. I want to die young at an old age, which it's all about consistency, and it's all about making sure that I can do this until the day I die. Right.
So again, it's your lifestyle.
Style,
so
yeah.
It's changing that mindset.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's the lifestyle.
So it's that projection of the mental self in terms of, okay, when I'm 95, do I still want to be the guy who's going in the gym 3 times a week? Yes, that's what I want to do.
There's absolutely no it's not like, right, you stop, you get to 50, 60, well, I'm not going to train anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No, and that's the thing, it's never a done deal.
No.
Because your body's always being pushed into a catabolic state. So unless you're doing things to create anabolism and health, it's always going to be heading on that slight decline. But it doesn't need to. So when you look at how the body repairs itself, you should only lose somewhere in the region of 30% energy and vitality from when you're most vital, which is kind of mid-20s, 30s, to the day before you drop.
Yeah.
So you should only lose about 30%.
Okay.
There shouldn't be a decline into illness.
Because people think, as you're getting older, it's harder.
Right.
And that might change for men and women. You might have women that go through menopause that have other factors, and joints are inflamed, and the menopause make you want to eat more because I'm tired more. And you might see that with men that feel
yeah obviously guys
different. Not menopause.
Guys typically get a bit of a testosterone drop off.
Okay. So hormones play a big part then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And certainly we need to adjust how we train. You're not 18 anymore, so you can't keep doing it like that because your body's shifting, and so it needs adjusting. But we should still be able enough to do a lot of those things.
So it's the ability. I mean, you get people that prefer strength training or low impact training to the high intensity cardio stuff, or or the other way around.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I preferred all the burpees and all that kind of thing. As I'm getting older, I'm appreciating lifting weights, which I never did when I was younger. I was a bit more hyper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People like Tigger when I was.
Again, there's certain things that we know happen as we age. We know that we lose muscle mass. After about the age of 35, your body's going to start losing muscle mass unless you do something about it.
And then that's when the diet comes in. So nutrition's really important, isn't
Nutrition's
it?
a big key. Yep.
Having the carbs after, to refuel, and you have getting enough protein. And high quality stuff.
Yeah. So for me, I'm a very simplistic from a nutritional standpoint. If it walked, ran, or grew 10,000 years ago, you can have it.
Yeah.
We have our sort of unique metabolic requirements in terms of how well one individual consumes protein versus carbs or fats, etc. So we all have our little.
We're all different, aren't we? It's not a one size fits all.
And that tends to fluctuate seasonally. We all experience that. It's much easier to chow down on fruit and salad when it's hot.
Yeah.
Right. It's not so easy, or even your body doesn't even want to do that in the winter.
You want the comfort food.
You want more stodge and more warmth and stews and something a little richer.
I mean, is it good to listen to your body in that sense?
100%.
Yeah. Eat mindfully.
The science has been done. You got here.
Yeah. So if I want chocolate, that's all right.
Yeah. For me, it's also a standards profile. So absolutely, if you want chocolate, go for it. But what kind of chocolate are you consuming? Is it the best that you can get hold of?
Yeah.
Or so I am one of those people that reads ingredients lists, and I advise people to do that just so that you're aware of what you're eating.
I think people are more aware now of the ultra processed foods. That's becoming very much mainstream. Like you look at not also the ultra processed people, the books that we're reading, and we're kind of learning. Right, actually buying a loaf of bread or buying the ice cream. It's got bread should only have like 5 ingredients. Why has it got 25?
Yes.
From the supermarket. Yeah.
Right.
So we are getting more educational.
I think so.
Things. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great.
It's really good. Yeah. Yeah. And especially for children, because it's easy to kind of give the children the sweets, and it's fine for them. But actually, let's start as we mean to go on.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you can teach them, a good way to look after their body, then that's serving them really well.
Yeah.
We all do things that we shouldn't do, and quite rightly so.
Yeah.
That's life.
So we're not demonizing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So it's just being educated around it, and
yeah,
doing the important stuff, positive stuff.
I think the guilt is worse than the product.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Again, going back to the people pleasing as well. So, would you advise then that if we needed to see a personal trainer, if we're finding it really hard to move, or is all movement good?
There's no such thing as a bad exercise.
Unless you're going to hurt yourself.
There is poorly prescribed and poorly performed.
Okay.
So, no such thing as a bad exercise, but things can be done inappropriately.
Yeah.
And they can be given inappropriately as well. So if someone's not cleared for a certain movement pattern, as an example.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's good to, if I'm working out in my kitchen and nobody's watching, I could be bending down and lifting a heavy weight and doing it wrong. Nobody's checking. So it's good to now and again go and see a PT.
Yeah, it is. I think sometimes you have to go quite hard to really do damage.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
But if your body doesn't like it, it's probably not a good idea to force it. If something hurts, maybe you should just stop. And I find, I'm gonna get shot down for this one. A lot of people you see out running, and I see them, and I think, well, that looks like it hurts.
Yeah.
Like it looks painful right now because your one knee is traveling in a different direction to your other.
Just pushing through it.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that actually hurting you? Because if it is hurting you, I think you should probably ease up and maybe just walk.
Yeah.
And you'd still get the same benefit from it. If you walked for an hour versus running for an hour, actually, you're probably still going to get the same effect.
Yeah.
So you can certainly push the body to pain and damage.
Yeah.
And then that becomes a teacher. Your pain and your issues become very wise if you listen to it.
Yeah. So if somebody wanted to work with you, so online, so when you said hybrid with the PT stuff, is that on Zoom? Is it live on Zoom, or do you?
Yeah, so
well?
Ideally the PT is in person.
That is in person. Yeah.
Ideally, but I can work with people remotely as well.
Yeah.
So I have clients who are not local at all.
Yeah.
And even I like to screen them just to clear them for certain exercises, but again, I can do that digitally as well.
Yeah.
You need to see them and just position them in certain ways.
Yeah.
Kind of go, okay, now do this movement. Okay, no, we're not going to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. Modern technology is fantastic in terms of that.
Yeah. But anything hands-on, obviously, you can't do. So.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of mobilizations, self-mobilizations that you can teach people. So if they've presented with some sort of neck shoulder issue, there are mobilizations that we can not experiment with, but we can give you that I know are safe. You're not going to cause any more damage, and if it helps, it'll help quickly. I know quite a few manual therapists, osteopaths, chiropractors who only work remotely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they prescribe mobilization, self-mobilization techniques.
So they can't do the physical.
Right, they can't do a physical adjustment.
Yeah.
But you can use your own body to adjust.
I mean, I've heard that doing yoga is really good for kind of correcting yourself.
Yeah, it can be, absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, there are some patterns that some people shouldn't be doing in yoga because they don't have the biomechanics to do them.
Yeah. So again, we're going back to everybody's so individual.
Yeah. And really difficult to test yourself as well. But if you're having to force yourself into any position, if it's hurting, giving any kind of pain, then just ease up.
That's the warning sign.
That's the warning sign. Yeah.
So really good to so it's really good that you've got it goes hand in hand with the PT and the life coaching, holistic coaching, health coaching, where it's mindset as well as, and all the sort of holistic stuff that goes with it.
Yeah.
And then the physical.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it.
So where can we find you if somebody wants to come and look for you?
Yeah, I'm on all the social media channels.
Yeah, so you are because I wanted to introduce you to Stuart Peachy, because it's Peachy Life Coaching.
Peachy Life Coach. Yeah.
Peachy Life Coach.
That's the handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously I went through school being peachy, so I still respond to that as a as a name call.
Yeah.
Or stuartpeach.com
online on your website.
Yeah. And if people are interested, the first thing we do is we catch up.
Yeah.
We just have a chat and see, okay, what have you got going on? Am I the person that can help you with those things? Do we get on as an individual?
So it's a no strings attached chat.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so free discovery.
Yeah, and I try and help people within that discovery as well. If I can do something that you will find of value, then 100% will do that.
Yeah.
Because again, most people that got into the health and fitness industry, we're here to help, right? We want you to feel better. We want you to look better. We want you to be happier, right? So we are trying to please you from that perspective. So a lot of the time, we'd do that for nothing. Yeah. If I didn't have to earn any money, this would still be what I'd be doing.
Because you love what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is the bottom line. It's not that you're out there to make money. It's not. Obviously, that part's nice. We need that, but
yeah,
it
greases the wheels.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's
so the discovery call is always the first thing.
Awesome. Thank you so much for speaking
to
me today.
Pleasure.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Good fun.